Donna Schwartz here from the Everything Saxophone Podcast. Pre-concert, we're at the West Las Vegas Library, and this is exciting. This is the inaugural concert of the Sax Girls Rock. We're in Las Vegas. It's 2024. Really excited for this. Just wanted to give you a little bit of preview. I'm pretty early right now, but just want to give you a little preview of the stage. And we're going to have a lot of great things coming for you for this show, for this podcast. Enjoy. I was going to say the master of ceremonies, but that was Iva Harris. No, I have the woman that created it all. She created it all. She did it, okay? And yes, I'm here. I'm in Las Vegas. Everything Saxophone Podcast. We're on location. I witnessed the amazing inaugural Sax Girls Rock first show 2024, and everybody had a wonderful time. I'm here with the woman that did it all, Ernie Shelby, a.k.a. Lady Sax. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Oh, thank you, Donna. I had no other choice. Let Donna be everywhere. Let me go ahead and have her come to Sax Girls Rock so you guys can get the full lowdown of what we were going to do.
And let me tell you, everybody had a great time.
Yes.
The audience kept on filling up, and people were really engaged. I was saying this to a lot of the artists too, like a lot of you, you started from the back and you're dancing down the steps and all this thing. I was like, wow, this is really good. That was cool.
And probably all of us are over 50, but honey, when a sax girl is rocking, we rocking.
Yep.
And each sax girl have their own personality and style. We probably all play gospel, we probably all play jazz, we probably all play rock, we probably all play top 40. Most of us work with tracks from now and then, but then two of the ladies I think have their own band, so they work with quote unquote live musicians. I haven't had much luck with doing live musicians in the last 10 or 15 years. I've paid bands and they don't come to rehearsal, they don't show up. and some of them don't like getting instructions from a female.
And maybe that influenced you to...
Yeah, and I started the 90s doing the one woman act. I call it the one woman act.
Okay.
My brother was doing it, Ernest Caldwell, God rest his soul, was doing it on the Amtrak train in the diner car.
Oh my gosh.
And so he taught me how to do everything. So I've been doing the one woman act since maybe he died in 91, God rest his soul. And I started doing it like in 94.
Okay.
In fact, my first customer attended the concert today. She's my spiritual mentor.
Wow.
And she was the first person to buy a ticket. Joan Kobe Wilson. I'm going to give her a shout out. She was the first one to buy a ticket, first person to pray and bless the concept. So now we're thinking about branding the concept. I'm also thinking about making it part of my non-profit organization, Sisters in Song.
Oh, okay.
And so we can get sponsors and everything. And a lot of these Sax sisters, they say women can't work together, and they ain't true.
Yeah.
They want to do it again with the same unit. The only person that we were missing was Mellencamp from England.
Oh, okay.
And she couldn't get through because of the new COVID restrictions coming from England.
Oh, I'm not even aware of that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I put it out last year, looking for Sax Girls Rock. I booked this the place, the West Las Vegas Library. I booked it after talking to MC Sax sister Ida Harris.
Right.
And so I flew out. I attended a Dream Awards thing that was out here, and then I had the meeting at West Las Vegas Library. And from then on, I invited the director because I would like to make this as part of young female musicians as well, and spread it out to my non-for-profit so we can give out scholarships.
Oh, that's a great idea.
For young female musicians. You got the academics, but many times you don't have music scholarships. And if you do, it might be one of the top colleges, Juilliard or something like that. But there are some local community colleges that offer things in music therapy, especially for, I'm keyed in a little girl. Little girl playing the horn, because that's how I started.
And bring it full circle, I'm going to bring you back here just a little bit, get you in. I'm shorter than most people. So we got to get you in up here. But so that's like full circle.
Yes.
Thinking about how you grew up, let me ask you this. So, how did you get started on the saxophone?
At age 9.
Okay, cool.
I'm from Gary, Indiana.
Oh.
They had an aptitude test for music rather than academics. If you tested well, you could take a summer program and play an instrument. I tested second in the city.
Wow.
So they immediately put me on the violin. Now back in the 60s, violin was not cool. It's cool now.
Okay.
But all that had violin was hee-haw. So I may be a little bit older than you. And to be playing on hee-haw was not a good look for a little girl. And so the next summer, I said, you know what? And then they didn't give you real instruments. They gave you wooden violins and like a pool stick in order to
practice bowing.
And then they played the record, and they played quarter notes, half notes, 16th notes, and then you would bow to the notes. And the real instrument, but the band, dum bum dum bum bum bum. I said the band down the hall got real instruments. That's where I'm going next summer. So when I got there next summer, all the girly instruments were gone. Piccolos, clarinets, flutes, they were all gone. And the superintendent of music said, we only got tuba and saxophone. Well, that's why I dedicate the show today to my Uncle George. Not only was he supposed to help me sponsor this before he passed away, it was at his house. He was a drummer for a blues band, and everybody practiced at his house. So the saxophone player would leave his saxophone. So I found a tenor sax.
Oh, wow.
And my brother played guitar. Well, my brother played everything. But he found the guitar, and while they were at work, I was supposed to be babysitting. While they were at work, we would play with the instruments and blow the instruments. So by the time I got to 5th grade, when Arnold K. Williams of Gary, the Gary Superintendent of Music, said, what you want? This is all we got. I said, well, I know what a saxophone looks like. He said, okay. He had his intern to go and get me a saxophone. They put me on the tenor first.
That's interesting.
They put me on the tenor first. I fell over. I was like 80 pounds wet. and I I hit the ground. You know, they had those little chairs. I hit the ground. He said, "Oh, go back and get the alto."
Okay.
Because she might be able. And I'll never forget, my first person was a female, Sandra Dillon, told me how to read it, put it together. We practiced. She said, "All I want you to do is just hold it." She showed me where to put my thumb. I already knew because I had been playing with my Uncle George this morning. And she said, "Just blow, see if you can get something out." I knew I already knew I could get something out.
There you go.
And I hit a C sharp. And she said, "Now I want you to do this. Hear my finger snap. Bum, 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 bum. I want you to play that note. One, you're playing quarter notes now. Bum, bum." I did it. She said, "I want you to double up on it. Bum, 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 bum. Just play the C sharp. Bum, bum." I did it. No squeaks, no nothing.
Well,
Arnold K. Peeked his head in. He said, "I told you to just get her started. I didn't tell you to be in here playing for her." She said, "I'm not playing." He said, "I don't believe it." He made me play. He said, "Put that finger down on that first tab right there." That was a beat. No squeaks. Played a beat. In a half hour, I was doing scales.
oh wow, wow.
He said, "Oh, you don't belong in here. Go back out there with the people that started last summer."
Oh, that's great.
Yes. So that's how I started on horn.
You know what's amazing? That you remembered that whole story.
It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important because I could have got discouraged because he gave me a timetable. If you don't learn in 2 weeks, we're going to send you back to the orchestra.
All right, I gotta ask. Do you think he would have said the same thing to a young boy?
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that's
Yeah,
annoying.
and I experienced a lot of that. I've gone to audition for bands. Had an ad in the paper, need a female. They need a sax player.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They called me. I said, "When can I come audition? What do I need to bring?" No, da 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 da. I talked to them on the phone. I get there, and they say, "What you doing here?" I said, "I come to audition." "No, it's a guy named Ernie that's coming." I said, "I am Ernie." "Oh," I said, "You talked to me on the phone." "Oh, we thought you were just his girlfriend setting up the audition."
Oh man.
I get it. So I get turned away from. Oh, women are too much trouble. So I get turned away from the door.
Wow.
Yeah, many times.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. But after a while, Donna, we kind of get used to it. We tolerate it, but we have to always prove ourselves that we can play with the big boys.
Yeah.
And today, I wanted to prove we don't have to we play with some sisters.
That's right. That's right. Some really good sisters too.
Yes,
and
yes.
you know, the thing, Joyce was saying this, and I'm saying this in a lot of the interviews that I've done after Joyce. She said we all create our own lane.
Yes.
And she was raving about you and how you've created your own lane.
Yes, yes.
In many ways.
Yes, yes.
Not just playing, but also with this.
Yes. This is the brainstorm. Like I said, my Uncle George, they wanted to sponsor it. And 9 months after he moved here in Vegas, and 9 months later, he died. 2 days after my birthday.
Oh.
And I was trying to get to him. I was stuck in the airport, and he took one of his last breaths asking for me.
Oh, wow.
And so I knew what he had promised me. And so I just asked the Lord, just give me provision to try to do this. I approached the Sax sisters and asked them what they would be willing to work for. I tried to keep it fair.
Yeah.
And then I took part of my savings and I worked it. Yeah. I worked it.
And the result, right?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I haven't slept in 3 days. You wouldn't be able to tell it. Unless you look up these rings up under my eyes. But it is just so worth it. It was a song I wanted to really do. It had been following me for months. How Did You Get Here by Deborah Cox. I was going to do it, and I didn't rehearse on it. I said, I'm going to tell them to strike it. Next thing I know, Sax sister Alana is doing it.
Oh, that's funny.
So it was meant for me not to do.
Yeah.
You know, meant for me not to do. Because I was feeling bad. I didn't rehearse on it. I'm not going to present anything that's half, but, you know. I didn't making sure that this hotel was right, and, you know, just different things. Being a promoter. I have a new respect for anybody that's the director or executive producer and starring in a movie.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing it all, and I think I heard my name called more than my daughter called me at 2 years old. She was saying, "Mama," everybody was saying, "Ernie, Lady Sax, Ernie, Lady Sax, how about this, Ernie?"
I need this, I need that.
Yeah, but when I go to bed tonight, and when I think about how beautiful this was,
Yeah.
I would be able, if I could, I would relive every moment.
And you will, because there was a videographer there as well.
Yes,
Which is great.
And
So,
you know. And I wanted your audience to see women working together, because you do a lot of interviews with everybody.
Yeah.
But I wanted you to see this concept at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, who else to get but Donna? You know, and she's a female sax player too. Even our podcaster plays saxophone. So hey, oh my God, and she's a female. Oh, I loved it. I just loved it. That's why I put you on the poster. I said, let me put her with our saxophone too. Let you know, hey, we got it going on.
That's cool. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Sax Podcasters Rock too.
Yes. Right.
Had to do it. Sorry.
Yes.
Gave it to me.
Yes. And I really thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having me, and it was a great show, and I know this was a tremendous amount of work. You know, what people don't realize is the last minute adjustments and adaptations.
The shuttle. The person that we were working here at Embassy Suites resigned on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So everything was up in the air.
And today's Saturday. Okay, so just to give you, a heads up, we flew in on Friday. So,
Right. So, and I don't think they were going to tell me. I really don't. I said, well, where's Rachel? And so finally they sent a manager, or assistant manager out there to come and tell me. Wow. That she was, so everything that we were supposed to have, a banner there with our rap party. It was supposed to be called the Sax Girls Rock rap party there, where they wouldn't let you film.
Yeah, so that's why we're over here with this like really bad lighting.
All these
I
new
apologize.
rules. Oh my God. But we got around it. With Christ, we can do all things. So that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, and we did it, and this is just the first one.
Yes. Them girls down there talking about, let's make it a Sax Girls Rock on a cruise. And I'm like, yeah. And all of them are interested in working with me again. I really appreciate that. Business-wise, money-wise, and spiritual-wise. Yeah. And ready to be. I told Joyce this. You could tell by the way each one of us hit the stage. There was no Diana Ross jealousy in the back. Nobody had nobody's wig or shoes.
No divas.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it, Donna.
Yeah,
it was, oh man, it was just so much love. And Teresa, Alana, and Kim, I had never met before. Teresa only talked to the phone one time after we signed the contract. Lady Woodward and Nancy I hired before for a Sisters in Song event for domestic violence. And Joyce I hired before. So those two, Iva I had never met until I came out last year to book it. She had me at her home, gave me soup, good food, all kind of stuff. But these Sax sisters, we have a love for each other. Yeah. And it's genuine. It's not just for the money. Yeah. And I hate to bring it up, but a lot of times you get male sax players, they just there for that dollar. And they're not talking to the audience. They just, okay, here we go. This is the next song I got on my album. And they just go forth. They ain't saying how y'all doing, nothing. Or just the usual, how y'all doing out there? Okay. They don't even wait for a response. That's why I'll never say how y'all doing. I figure y'all doing all right. Y'all still sit there to see me play. I was the last one. So why I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all doing?
You're still here, so they must be doing well.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Well, first of all, the other thing too, and I said this in the other podcasts as well. If you're a female saxophone player, you should join the group on Facebook, Sax Girls Rock.
Yeah, come on.
Join that for sure.
Yes.
But where else can people find you online?
I'm on www.ladysax.com. I learned how to work Instagram just because of this. It's at hashtag Lady Sax of Gary. My YouTube is also Lady Sax of Gary.
Okay, Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. Gary, Indiana. Because there is a Lady Sax in Africa.
Oh, okay.
I have the trademark domestically, but I am going to get the trademark international as well.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I'm going to expand it.
Cool.
Yeah, so I can use it. I haven't been in the studio in many, many years. I wrote a gospel play in 2010 called Sheation. It's Not All Eve's Fault. And ever since then, I just put money in gigging, and I haven't upgraded my studio. I still got the old iMac. Oh, I need to go back in the studio and upgrade. So I'm just checking out my priorities, when to record again. I got several songs that I'm a songwriter as well and a lyricist. Got an M1 at home I need to be working on.
Yeah, but you just remind me too. And I said this, I forget if I said it with Joyce or somebody else. So I perform with Margaret Love and the Lovettes, and so it's an all-female band, Los Angeles blues, that kind of thing. Margaret sings "What a Difference a Day Makes."
Right.
And you sang it. I was like, oh, wow, what a cool version.
Yeah, Randy Crawford version.
Okay.
And then Randy Crawford is just a generation of Esther Phillips. So that's why I was imitating both Randy Crawford and Esther Phillips, because they sound so much alike.
Got it.
And that's what I add differently and you know where I take that style from? That's why I add differently to a song. Even that's a standard that you've heard probably millions of times. That's why I add something different. I take my stage persona, you wouldn't even guess, from Pearl Bailey.
Oh.
I remember seeing Pearl Bailey on TV, and she just had a humorous type of.
Yeah.
She wasn't a Donna Washington. She wasn't anybody like that. But once she left the stage, you didn't forget. You didn't forget a joke or something. You didn't forget Pearl Bailey.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I take my light humor, and then my dad. He's a funny guy. He had to be the life of the party. And a lot of times, rather than get upset when something's going wrong, like Ezra, I told Ezra, the sound man today, Ezra, I don't care if I'm out there in that 115-degree weather in the parking lot. Don't stop in between my songs. I don't ask nobody how they doing. Is you having a good time? I don't do none of that. I say, keep it rolling. Keep it. Bad Boy stopped that song when I went to do I'm Every Woman.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I thought it was the other song was the last song, Here's the Light. So she started introducing, like, it's the end of the show. I said, oh, Jesus. So I'm back there getting in what my daughter called the Christmas tree skirt that lights up.
That's right. Yeah, this is very cool. It was very cool.
And I said, Ezra, I told you, don't stop. You know I had women. And then he goes to the other song he's supposed to be walking out on. Sisters are doing it for us. But anyway, I just made it humorous. I wasn't that type of, not to name names, but she can be bad on sound people. Anita Baker. She done fired folks right on the spot.
Oh.
But anyway, I wasn't diva enough. Now, if I got Beyonce money and Jay-Z half of his money, then I'll act a fool. But I don't have that type of money. So I'm going to make a joke out of it, and then we're going to go for it.
Yeah,
because there'll be Lady Sax went off on the sound man. Then won't nobody buy a ticket. I was like, oh, Jesus, no,
No, that's true, and it's also about adapting. This whole thing is about
you
adapting.
got to be flexible.
It's the first time. It's just going to get, better and better and better.
Yes.
All that kind of thing.
And for a female, if she go off, she's that B word.
Right, that's right.
If a sax player that's a male go off, his sound needs to be right, and he's a perfectionist. Or he's a professional. He needs his sound to be professional. He's a perfectionist. But a sister girl go off, she a D. I ain't never want to work with her no more. So it's that double standard that we get every day in everyday life. I don't care if you're a cook or whatever, police person, you're going to get the same double standard anyway, sadly.
Yeah.
But we're going to work it. We're gonna make them respect us.
Well, it's happening.
Yes.
I think it's definitely happening, and this is a great start. And you said you're getting feedback, different types of ideas and all that kind of thing. So I'm sure there'll definitely be another one.
Want to go to an island and do a podcast?
That'd be interesting.
Come on, Donna. We know we gonna need you over in the islands.
Sax podcaster rocks the islands.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
Well,
listen, Ernie, Lady Sax, it was awesome having you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I really enjoyed it very much.
Thank you, my dear. Sisterhood.
Thank you. Awesome.